Yeah.
All right, go ahead.
Right. Countdown in Italian. Just pretend it's Italian. 3, 2, 1, go. Hello everyone. Welcome to week 3 of Sprash. Today we got yogamoanyo doing his Crash to 20% no game over abuse run in Italian.
Yeah. Oh, I was pressing start a little too fast there. All right, let's see how this goes. I don't know any of the routing or anything for this game. I just know basic speed tech.
Well, that's all you really need.
Yep.
Routing is optional
This
in
game
this
isn't
game.
as heavy routing as Crash 3, which that's gonna be interesting. I might actually have to get like a notepad to know the routing on that.
Oh yeah, because you wanna keep masks at all possible.
Yep, exactly. That game
Mm.
is. This game has some mask routing, if I remember correctly, but it's not as important. Also, yeah, if you since I'm playing on the Italian version of the game, that means I am playing the PAL version, which is technically the fastest version of the game.
Yep.
I don't know how much faster it is. I don't know the exact details. I just know it's faster.
Yeah, you get a higher glitched high jump and you get a higher NSS, not higher, further
Faster.
NSS.
Ah, okay. Which is what I'm doing right now. See, I know how to do that at least. I think that's the most important thing to know when you're doing this run because I don't know how many people have done their runs at the time of me recording this, or us recording this rather. But yeah, that's like the big thing of this game is for speedrunning is knowing how to do NS what is it? It's neutral slide spin, yeah,
Yeah,
so
neutral slide
NSS.
spin, yeah.
And this of course.
And that, yes.
My favorite little quirk, which they should have kept for Insane. I'm actually like disappointed they didn't keep that for Insane trilogy.
Wait, they didn't? Oh, well, I never tried,
No,
so.
if you crouch, it doesn't make you go faster in Crash 2, which it should though. It's funny.
Oh, and Sen, how disappointing you were. Oh, nice Ricky there.
Happens to the best of us. Nope.
Oh,
Well, luckily, mask collecting again is not as important in this game. Yet again, I'm very keen to see how things go in this run, like I am all the runs. But I'm not the last runner of this game, so I'm not gonna know my placement. I'm finally caught up.
yep, that's a thing. You are not the last person to run. There are still 2 more scheduled after you, and then 1 person who we don't know about if they're actually gonna do the run.
Hmm. I get some water there. Don't forget to hydrate, everyone.
Exactly, it's very important to hydrate, especially during summer, even though it's kind of like end of summer, start of autumn or fall.
Yep, we're getting there. Thank God, because I am sick and tired of the heat. Personally, I'm tired of the heat.
Yeah, same, even though it's not as bad as other places.
Yeah, like mine isn't even that awful. Like like there were some pretty awful days, but for the most part, it's actually been pretty good here. But yeah, no, I just don't like the heat.
Yeah. Like
I
July was
I'm
pretty
the
hot for for in here, and August has been pretty warm, not hot but warm.
Yeah, it's been kind of the same here. It hasn't really been like too hot. It's just been fine, acceptable, which I
Yeah,
am more than happy
yeah,
with.
livable conditions.
Exactly. I want that gem, but alas, I cannot waste time. This is just like I feel like this is going to be a running theme across every Crash game. Maybe not as much the third game, but like pretty confident with like the first two warp rooms, but as soon as I get to the what's it called? The third one and particularly the fourth one onwards, I'm like, we'll see how it goes.
Yeah, this game has that effect where the first two are pretty easy and then it, well, not as much as a difficulty spike, but definitely a difficulty curve hits
Yeah,
and
for
the
sure.
third one.
Let's see if I went the right way. I cannot remember. I'm too used to 100%ing these stages. But I'll learn, I think, really soon. Oh, I think I went the wrong way. Oh, wait, no, I went the right way.
No.
Never mind. All right, thank
Well,
God.
you normally in Hundo you take the first two boxes on the right path and then take this path, and they go
Oh.
backwards on the right path.
I like how that's kind of like, for general, like, convenient 100%, like, not even just for speed running, but, like, just in general, that's kind of just, like, how it works. Like, you can just take one path for a short moment to make the other paths way easier to go through. Or like hell, even Crash 1 going through Insanity Beach, like playing it casually. If you run across the bridge on the right side, all you have to do is take a left and you don't have to go through, even though it's a small path, you just have to do the like you just have to go back slightly when you go backwards to the left side, which is very nice.
Exactly.
These stages. These stages are kind of the bane because I don't know them by heart, so I probably can't NSS as much. Especially once we get to the next two hubs. Unbearable, I feel like, is easier for me to manage. It's, what is it, Crash Dash? I think that's the hard one.
Crash
Or
Crush
Crash
is.
Crush. Yeah. That one I feel like has a lot of like pits and crouch spots that I tend to fumble. It's really cool though seeing like very optimized runs just because of like how far the boulder gets away from you.
Yeah.
Also might collect a few extra lives. Oh, no, speaking
Nope.
of extra lives.
Well,
Uh,
I was going to say after this level that you'll be one of the few people to get through Warp 1 without dying, but never mind.
yeah, this is generally how I this tends to happen, unfortunately, when it comes to these stages. For me at least.
Yeah. But surprisingly, like everyone has had trouble with Warp 1 so far.
Damn, really?
Yeah.
Oh, I just want the life.
Well, you got the life, but you lost it.
Yeah, I was thinking once I noticed, I was like, well, I'm almost done with the first warp room. I'm like, well, I know it's gonna get harder. Maybe I should grab a couple extra lives because I'm not running with a memory card and I have no plans to save. I don't know how many people have been doing that, but I'm not doing it. So,
In this game, if you game over, you just have to re-enter the level. That's all.
oh, okay, perfect.
You don't
That's
actually
good.
lose progress unless you hit no on the continue screen. Then it
Oh, I
puts you
guess, yeah,
back
that's
to
how
main
game
menu.
over abuse works now that you mention it.
Mm-hmm.
Up we go. Aside from Crash, that might have been Crash Dash, whatever that stage is
Yeah, I think
called.
it was Crash Dash, yeah.
Uh, Pretty solid Warp 1. I know I still have Ripperoo, but he's kind of an auto-scroller in disguise. So I would say I'm
I would say something
pretty
about
happy.
Ripperoo right about now, but I don't want to jinx you.
Yeah, let's see if I remember his safe spots. It's like, for whatever reason, I remember phase 3 like really well. Like, it's like embedded into my brain. I think when I was a kid, I just played Crash 2 a lot, so I just remembered like the exact spots to stand in phase 3. Like, it should be over here for this one, or right here. As long as I don't move into the explosion, then yeah, you sit right here, and then I should be good. Like, these two spots in particular are like ingrained into my brain.
And there we go. 1/5 of the way there.
I was about to say, I don't even know if you can skip this. I was like, I don't know if I press start, I feel like it's gonna pause the game. I was like, it's fine, it'll waste a second. And that's when I learned that in current standings, I lost by 1 second. It's all due to that pause. I think I actually vaguely remember the level routing to this warp room. I want to say people get like the polar stage out of the way like immediately because you don't have your Akus. Then do stuff like the eel deal pretty early on, or they do that last. I feel like I vaguely remember that, and I really don't know why. But I'm probably just gonna do stage order for the entire game.
Yeah, doing them in
Maybe.
order is pretty straightforward.
Yeah. Okay,
Because otherwise you need to start like jumping all over the portals and like jumping all over the room.
yeah, that's true. Ooh, I didn't get my spin there. Is there an extra life here? There is. I'm gonna grab that.
You know,
I'm gonna be a bit more conscious about extra lives now.
well, there's always
Just,
polar bear you can smash for extra lives.
you know what? Good point. I will probably do that. I'll probably waste some time there. And how many lives does he even give?
It gives you 10 lives, but you have to wait for them to count all the way.
Oh, like
So
you can't. Ugh.
it's fine.
You can't like enter a stage early. You have to wait for them to all hit you.
Yeah,
Makes
pretty
sense.
much. It's kind of like Castle Machinery in Crash 1. You can get all the lives, but not all of them count if you leave the level immediately.
I actually didn't know that about Castle Machinery. I figured at least for that one, like, you collect them all physically, so you got them, and it was just like an animation that it just is for flavor at that point because you're collecting so much. But, more you know. Granted, generally speaking, I feel like at that point in the game, you're probably going to have a shitload of extra lives as is. So, like, unless you're not particularly good at the game, I guess, but like if you're definitely a veteran player, you're gonna have probably 99 by the time you're at Castle Machinery, unless that's like you just started the game, you know, because I think when you restart Crash 1, you have you only have 1 life, or sorry, 4 lives, right? You just have the default.
Yeah, the 4 lives, and if you game over, you go back to the start of the island. Which
Oh,
is
it takes you back to the start?
yeah,
Huh.
the start of the island, which was incorrect in my information video. I thought it just puts you back to the beginning of the game.
So did I.
But we actually discovered this through Eric's run, that it puts you back at the start of the island you're currently on.
Okay. Makes me actually slightly more surprised that he DNF'd then, because I figured once he game overed it, like it was just over, which is like, okay, that makes sense that you would DNF. Then again, I think he did save. I was one of the few people I think that didn't save.
I think nobody really saved. So a few people went to bonus rounds, but they didn't save because they didn't have a memory card in.
Okay. Here, I'll do this. This way, I won't have to think about grabbing any extra lives until maybe late game.
So yeah,
The...
you actually have to wait for it to hit the counter.
Okay.
And that's 1% in the Japanese version.
You get 1.1% in this game?
No, you get one. It's the same hundo, but 1% is getting the life from Polar.
Oh, so they just gated that, but interesting.
Yeah, they moved some
Dang.
percentage around for that to happen, but it's still 100% to fully complete Crash 2.
Interesting. Well, there goes that extra life. I would have laughed if I jumped over that. It's funny because I don't even know what's faster, like just charging or doing a charge jump. I always did a charge jump because it feels like your momentum carries into the jump, which gives you slightly more charge. I don't know if that's actually the case, but it's always felt that way.
It feels like it feels faster to the charge jump. Plus, it
Yeah.
resets your charge immediately, so
That aspect I didn't think about. I would assume that's what speedrunners do. I actually don't know how they do these stages other than obviously getting the optimal charges and stuff like that.
yeah, because if you charge just running, if you just do a normal charge, there is a bit of a cooldown before you can do it again, but jumping resets it. So the speedrunners can just charge jump immediately after doing the jump. So
One thing I like about this warp room, this is the only warp room like this. I don't know if it's faster, but I've always loved doing it, especially as a kid. Is because there's ice in the final section. Because ice holds your momentum, you can kind of bunny hop to the end after you get like a lot of speed. And that's something that I like to do. I don't know if it actually gives you, if it's actually like slightly faster or not, but it's something that I do. Can't do it in this stage though. Funny enough, I was like, I'd be like, oh, I'll show you what it is, but you can't do it. Maybe you can. It's just harder because this stage, you know, you're facing backwards.
ooh.
You know, I'm gonna play safe on these and not do any of the anything too crazy. See, my main concern is once I do NSS, I'm just going to find a pit. Oh, oops.
Yeah,
I'll
fine.
find like a pit to fly in. Oh, my buttocks.
Right.
Like that. See, I was very tempted to NSS there, but I was like, I feel like I know this stage. Almost went to a bonus round. That would have been fun. And luckily, after Unbearable, I'm gonna be in the clear for these kind of stages.
Yes, you will, but there are other stages to test your skills.
That's true. What comes to mind for me personally is what's it called? Uh, the space stages in the final warp room. Those stages in particular are pretty fucking brutal.
The platforming or the jetpack? Or
Jetpack.
both?
Jetpack is fine for the most part. It's mostly the platforming stages. You know, like piston it away and spaced out.
Yes.
Those stages, I think, even just casually are pretty brutal. Let alone speed running. So we'll see how that goes. I'm mostly concerned about fourth and fifth warp room. Third warp room, I'm actually not too worried about, surprisingly enough. I am surprisingly more comfortable with the third warp room than I initially thought I was. But the fourth warp room and the fifth one especially, that's when things get a little. That's when they get a little scary. Fifth warp room definitely the scariest. It's funny because like it's mostly the scariest to me just because of piston it away and spaced out. I feel like those stages are like the most likely to go real wrong real fast. Um, I didn't hit the exclamation. I don't know if there's any nitros on this path forward. There's only one way to find out.
Welcome to exploring Crash 2 with yogamoanyo.
You never know. It'd be really funny if there was like a wall like right at the end right there. Like it's just like, you were supposed to hit the thing.
Kind of like Hot Coco's key crazed in Crash 3. Where
Yeah,
there's just a
except
nitro
they
wall
don't
at the
show
end.
you this time. That'd be funny. Nice, so there's almost second warp room. I want to say it's done, but I have to remember there's a boss for me to beat.
Yeah, I didn't know until like a few days ago that Ski Crazed actually had a nitro wall at the exit. Because I
Really?
always hit the nitro box before then. So I
Oh,
never
I was
knew.
thinking of Hot Cocoa. What? So Ski Craze does? Really?
Yeah.
Interesting. I guess it's along the way, so because it's like right near the end, so I guess you wouldn't assume it does.
Yeah, I would just always hit the nitro detonation box before getting to the end.
I bet you there's a way to do this boss battle faster. Do I know it? Nope. Mo and his scimitars.
With 1 throw, 2 throw, 3 throw, but no 4th.
I'm not letting him do it. There we go. Second warp room done. Hell yeah. So far, so good. Honestly, it was just Crash Dash at the very first stage. That was the only one that I've struggled kind of hard on. That's why I took Crash Crush so much more. Oh, nice little jump there.
Very nice cutscene jump.
Is that frame perfect?
That is frame perfect. But technically, you can actually skip the cutscene by doing a frame perfect spin jump.
Really?
Yeah, but
That was
it is pretty
did
much
not
frame perfect.
Is it like frame perfect, like basically what I did, but you hold up and spin jump, and you go into the whatever warp is right behind you?
Yeah, basically like that.
Interesting. I'm gonna be honest, I didn't even think that that existed right there. That little jump there. I assumed it was frame perfect, which I don't know if anybody else has done it, but if not, then I hit a frame perfect trick there. Didn't do anything for me, but kind of cool to see. Almost makes me think of like in Spyro 3 when I started doing 100 egg. There is a frame perfect pause, I believe, in Haunted Tomb, and I was doing it when I first started. I did it consistently a couple times, and I was very confused because nobody mentioned it to me, and I just was having a good time, you know. Sorry, Yellow Gem. I was having a good time, just doing it, just having a good, like, just doing some runs. And I think on like the third or fourth time, somebody told me I kept doing a frame perfect pause, and ever since then, it's been so much harder for me to get it because I think I'm now consciously aware of it being a frame perfect pause.
Yeah. I know this is kind of off topic, but that kind of reminds me of that one jump in I wanna be the Boshi, where the dev made like a very difficult jump that ended up being frame perfect, and he got it first try, so he never bothered to fix it. But the jump turned out to be frame perfect every time.
It's so
Like you
funny.
have to do a frame perfect jump. But the dev got it first try, so he was like, all right, that's that done. Moving on to the next part.
Imagine getting something frame perfect, and you're just like, oh yeah, okay, everything's good. And then you and then you just move on, and then you release whatever game you have, and they're just like, guys, I can't do this. if there's I think the crystal's back here. I think it is. I'm gonna learn the hard way. It is. Okay, cool. Teehee. I just love how this works. I'm actually kind of sad that Crash 3 they removed it, in that it just works normally, because it's just so funny to me that this is like a thing that works. You can see me struggling to get those maximum efficient NSSs right there. I hate how every time you leave a stage, the game like freezes for a nanosecond. What is my time looking like, actually, out of curiosity?
25:43.
25:43.
How is that
What
compared to
is...
others? It's hard to tell.
It's about what?
It's hard to tell how it is compared to others because I already forgot the other runs.
Nah, that's fair. I was just curious on my general... What do you think, if you had to go with a prediction, what do you think the time I might end up getting will be? I wish I could guess, but I don't know this game. I'm not knowledgeable enough to know.
Well, at this pace, if you can keep this up, I'd say in like 51, 52, I'd say.
That sounds good to me. I would be happy. I guess if I want to set a personal goal for myself, then we'll just go with sub 1 hour. I think that's like a nice little personal goal.
Yeah, that's fair. I want to be
like
optimistic and say 51, 52, but yeah, sub 1 is a fair goal. Considering the difficulties that lie ahead in World 4 and 5. Hopefully I didn't jinx it, but I'm just saying that they are pretty difficult levels coming up.
Oh, I'm scared of them too, so I wouldn't even say that's a jinx. If I do terribly on them, it's almost like, yeah, I kind of expected this. I think technically speaking too, this will be just a PB for me no matter what, because I don't think I ever submitted a time for Crash 2 any percent. No game over abuse. So I guess if I want to be objective with myself, any time is great.
Well, if you get a 2-hour time, would you still be happy?
I guess I wouldn't be happy if I got anything on the leaderboards that is last place. Actually, you know what? I saw that. I'm grabbing you. Doesn't this game have like a weird quirk where oh shit.
Whoops.
A weird quirk where we're like invincibility is, it's not slower, but if you're not crawling, it's slower than being not invincible because it messes up NSSs. Oh shit.
I think the invincibility just locks your speed to your normal walking speed. So
Okay.
sliding doesn't actually give you the speed boost anymore.
Yeah, so NSSs become kind of
it becomes
useless
like
at that point.
it becomes like a normal walk.
Which is why you crawl, because crawling just ends up being fast. Which I think if I remember correctly, I want to say the majority of the routing in this game is it avoiding masks or avoiding invincibility?
It's most likely like avoiding invincibility, apart from one level where you actually want invincibility.
Is it the eel deal? For some reason, I feel like it's the eel deal.
It's a
I
level.
feel like I remember
It's a
watching
level
runs.
coming up.
Oh, okay. For some reason, I felt like I was like watching runs in the past where people were getting it for the eel deal. I don't know why. Like, that is just the stage that came to mind. Look at how far that bear is. He can't get me. Usually I wouldn't play that risky, especially after Crash Dash, but I was like, I'm fine. Oh!
Just as you said it.
Ah!
Just as you said it.
I kind of deserve it. It's really funny. How many people have accidentally fallen into a bonus round so far?
I don't think people have fallen into a bonus round. They've gone up to a bonus round.
Intentionally or not intentionally?
Accidentally.
Which stage? Ooh.
Oh.
I was trying to do an NSS there. Completely messed my momentum.
Crash Dash Cola went to bonus round there.
Ah, fuck.
Oh, see,
I think that was also another stage where there's been a couple stages where I've had some close calls with bonus rounds. I think that was one of them.
But yeah, apart from that, I don't remember anyone going to a bonus round.
That's nice.
Yes.
That's good. I feel like it's easy to accidentally hit a bonus round when you're constantly doing NSSs if you don't remember exactly where they are.
Yeah.
I'm
In this
not even
game,
gonna try.
yeah, they're not really easy to go into by accident. Same as 1, but 3, there actually are like just platforms, so it's easier
So I
to
get for
avoid them.
dashing. Yeah.
And they're usually to the side instead of just like middle of stage.
Yeah, there's only a couple in the middle of the stages here. Mostly the ones that you fall in.
Yeah, Toad Village comes to mind. That's like kind of in the center.
That one at least though has like a little elevated platform
Yeah.
that you have to like actively jump on. Where at least in this game that's not entirely the case. There's some that are just flat out on the ground. There's also platforms, little like humps, you know, that you need to jump on to take you up to a bonus round. But then there's stuff like hell, Turtle Woods, I think has one that you fall in if you just step over it. When I was a kid, I would always try to do what's it called? I would try to activate it, but not what's it called?
Oops.
I would activate it, but try not to like
Go into
go
it.
in. Yes, because it was just like a fun little thing to do.
Alright, it's time for Taz Tiger. I mean, Tiny Tiger.
Now, do runners RNG manip this one? Because this is an RNG battle, right?
I don't know how you do it. I just usually go around in circles and hope that the platforms just fall perfectly.
Yeah, it's
Like
oh,
that.
that's perfect.
Like that.
I was gonna say like all the phases are pretty like phase 1 and 2 pretty simple. It's phase 3 because it's like one at a time.
Yeah, one at a time, and if you get a corner while Tiny is nowhere near a corner, then well.
That was perfect RNG last phase, I think.
Yes, it was like that was task quality right there.
That was very nice, especially after falling down. For some reason, I think I was thinking of, I don't know if it was Insane Trilogy or if I'm thinking of another boss battle, but I swear there's a boss battle that has that same sound effect, the same like beeping sound, but it'll get faster before the whatever activates. That's what I thought was gonna happen, so I wasn't like thinking. And then that didn't happen, and I just kind of fell with it.
I have a feeling that I've heard that from somewhere. I can't think of
I don't remember
where,
either.
but sounds familiar.
Alright, so far so good. The stages I'm scared of here are the B stages. Luckily, Cold Hard Crash is actually not hard at all.
Unless you wanna 100% it the legit way.
Exactly. That's when it's hard. Though I'm gonna try something out in this warp room. Not gonna spoil it. Don't know if it's gonna be smart. May not even be able to do it, but I'm gonna try something out. We'll see how that works out for me. I want to say it's something that's faster, but I genuinely don't know if it is
Ooh,
actually.
nice nitro wall jump.
Thank you. There we go. All right, we got one of the easier stages done. Probably the easiest stage in this entire warp room. Actually, no, Bear Down is here. No, Bear Down was last.
Yeah, bear down was already gone. Nice loading.
Woo. Is this the one with the one B or the multiple Bs? I don't remember. I never remember. I just hate the B stages.
This is the first B stage, so you can probably guess it from that.
I think this is the multiple B one. I always forget. I'm gonna be real. It's fine though. I'm gonna be honest, Crash 2, while it's a very technical game to run, it feels much more chill to run than Crash 1, surprisingly. There's something very comfortable about it.
Yeah, Crash 1 is, I don't know if it's the difficulty or just the game itself, but yeah, running Crash 1 is can be a pretty stressful, especially for Hundo, because you can't make any mistakes.
Yeah.
Any percent, not so much once you get used to the game.
It's the multiple bees!
Well, wanna stop and find out how many bees it is?
No, I'm scared. Actually, it might be the 1B one. Nah, it's 1B.
Yeah, 1B.
I thought I heard multiple on the first, but then, then once I saw that, I'm like, wait, no, I think this is the 1B stage.
Yep, the first B stage, so they're taking it easy with 1B.
Funny enough, I kind of feel like this is the harder stage of the bunch. I think? I don't know. These stages are kind of a blur to me.
Yeah, this has the death platform, so yeah. And you have to go either backwards through that or backwards through the bees, so
Good luck, have fun.
yeah. It's pick your poison.
And this also has the fucking secret warp room. When I'm playing this casually, I grab the gem, then I run back over to that.
Yeah, it also has that.
There's a lot of backtracking in these stages, especially this one.
Mm-hmm.
All right, Cold Hard Crash, my beloved. Let's see how this goes. I'm acting like this is like the hardest stage ever, but it's only Hundo that's hard on this, really. I feel like this stage is much more chill, pun intended. When you're just kind of going through it normally / any percent. 100% is just rough.
Yeah, 100% is rough. If you don't know box duping, then it's still difficult, but because you have to do like multiple things to get it to work.
Yeah.
But it actually does eliminate the hardest part of the level, which is going through the death room backwards, and then most of the stage after that platform without dying.
Yep. exactly. Nope. It's all right.
Speaking of Death Route, you're coming up to it.
The
What?
fabled cold hard crash death route.
What will you choose?
This is the little risky business I'm doing. Because if I remember correctly, if you have invincibility, this is actually faster. I could be wrong. This is the little fun thing I wanted to do. I mean, to be fair, it wasn't that big of a secret, but this is what I wanted to do. Because I swear I remember this being faster. Only if you have invincibility, because the path, the actual like main route is surprisingly slow.
Yeah, and the Death Route isn't a problem till you come to that part, which is like, well, yeah, good luck trying to avoid all those nitros.
Yeah, and luckily they didn't put the crystal during that section too.
Yeah.
Oh shit. I was actually scared for a second because I realized once I got down here, I was like, I want to say this is right at the, like, it's right when you fall down. But then I didn't see, oh, I wasn't paying attention. Then I didn't see it. And I was like, wait a minute. It might have been on the main route. So out of curiosity, now I gotta know, because you did mention that there is one stage that they like to get invincibility for. Is it this stage? Am I right there? There's no
Not,
going back for me anyways.
yeah, not this stage, but yeah, that area or that route is faster to go through than the regular level. But
That's what I thought.
the invincibility that people want is actually for hanging out.
Oh, really?
Yeah, because you get the last max during the handrail section, and you either jump across the hot pipes or you take this like hanging bars, where you move very fast.
Oh,
Like
do you
Crash
move as fast as
3,
you do in Crash 3?
yeah,
Oh.
same speed as Crash 3 hang 'em high.
Makes sense, but like I guess I just didn't consider it because of I don't know.
Yeah,
Never considered it.
it is pretty difficult to get to that point with two masks though if you want to go fast, because there's that welder right at the beginning.
Ah, yeah.
So you have to actually wait for it. So if you can't have two masks, then just mask using there saves a good bit of time.
I guess the reason why I didn't consider that stage was because of I didn't know if I'll grab this because I think this is an Aku. Uh, I didn't consider the monkey bars being potentially faster as like a backup. Now I was thinking about avoiding the monkey bars being a faster thing. I felt like I was like that was one of the things when I was going through, I believe, Sewer or Later, because I think that's the first one, right?
Eel Deal is the first one.
Oh, eel deal. So when I was going through the eel deal, I think I dropped one of my one of the monkey bars, and I kind of like hopped along with it, and it made me remember like, oh, I think this is a faster this is faster. I feel like I remember seeing this in a run somewhere. But I don't have the confidence to even begin trying something like that. So I just kind of didn't even bother.
Yeah, if you can actually afford to just jump on the pipes instead of using the monkey bars, then yeah, it would be faster. But it's a lot more riskier in Eel Deal because you don't get invincibility before then. So you
Okay.
have to do with two masks. So if you get slightly stuck, then well, it's GG.
This game is
GG.
very
GG.
technical.
Good try.
I wonder if this game destroys people's fingers because of all the inputs people have to fucking press. What a deceptively, like, not simple speed game this game is.
Yeah, it
It's
looks
like you would think it is.
pretty simple, but then you start learning NSS and it's anything but simple.
I would say even once you learn NSS, like, it's not that bad. It's once you're like, okay, you got to do that, plus you have to understand, like, what's it called? The intricacies of like zigzagging, because zigzagging is a thing that still exists,
Yeah.
and then you have to mix that in with like needing to remember level design, and it just ends up being this like insane amount of like stuff that ends up just being like a, you know, that you have to do. Like there's a lot of like inherent game knowledge that you wouldn't necessarily assume, I guess, that you have to do, but it's or like have to know, but no, there's like a surprising amount of stuff that you have to know to get like very, very, very good times. It is a deceptively deceptively technical game. I would say Crash 3 feels like the least like technical, and it's not even like an easy game to run still, because like that game banks on like essentially no hit runs and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So you know, that game, while not being as technical in my opinion, it's still definitely very hard, just for different reasons. Crash 1 is also pretty technical in terms of, you know, having to zigzag and all that fun stuff. It's like all the Crash games, all three of them are surprisingly technical for simple games, like games that look very simple when you look at it in a vacuum.
Yeah, true.
Like seeing people's controllers of them like speedrunning this game is like all three games are like pretty insane, except for Crash 3. Crash 3 is more of just getting the perfect run.
Yeah, there is still NSJ in Crash 3, but since it's a jump instead of just uncontrollable slide, it's not as
Yeah.
technical. Like
See how
you
I
can
do.
adjust in midair if you feel like okay, I'm going to get hit soon.
I completely forgot that NSJ was the thing that you do in Crash 3. It's so funny because they removed NSS, but they they kept it unintentionally with NSJ.
Laser.
Yeah. I have no idea if there's any way to make this boss faster other than be perfect.
Yeah, double hits are the way to go. Especially during this fest. Now double hit is the way to go.
Oh, where you kill them both at the same time,
Yeah.
both sides. Yeah.
Just
Oh,
like
just
you
like
did.
that.
Yeah, because for whatever reason, if you take one of the shoulder pads away, the other one gets extra health. And I don't know how that works, but it gets extra health, so it takes longer to destroy.
That's what I figured. Like when I destroyed the first arm in the phase 1, I was like, I feel like this is gonna give the other arm extra health. Thank you, Italian engine. I don't know what you said, but thank you. It'd be
I
cool
can
if all the
probably
stages had
translate that
different.
in the comments. If you're watching El High, can you translate that in the comments, please?
If he was even able to hear it.
Bro.
All right, let's see how these I might actually do these back to back because these are the stages that that I'm worried about.
Yee.
If that was
Enemy.
Insane Trilogy, I would have died. Back to Insane Trilogy smack talk there. Play this one safe. Oh, and I fucked up. Yeah, I might do these stages back to back. These stages are scary to me. I would go on the out of bounds stuff here, but outer side, but I'm not gonna do it. Yet again, Insane Trilogy. Why'd you remove the feature to do that? I tried a neutral side spin there. That was a bit of an oopsie there. It's like I wanted to kill both that and then neutral slide spin. End up being this like little awkward mishmash of shit.
Ooh,
That felt
nice
risky.
2.5D jump.
Thank you.
Now don't get
I'm gonna be
stuck on
honest,
the
I thought I was
scenery.
gonna die. I'm playing very safe because I'm starting to realize the distance between checkpoints here is kind of wild, actually. Oh, nice. Fly backwards there. Saw that.
Mhm. 07 for the death platform not being there.
I wonder if that one would be faster. I would assume not, but
No.
I assume that's only almost exclusively like a cold hard crash thing.
Yeah, I feel like air crash, debatable if it's faster. I think the route itself is the same length as taking the normal path, but just the platform taking you there takes too long for it to actually make a difference.
Ah, okay. All right, there's first difficult stage out of the way. I'm gonna get the other one out of the way first, or now, because I am worried about it. Spaced Out is the harder stage too, so I can't wait to like fuck up the jetpack stages, being like, nah, they're fine, just to mess them up. How we looking on time too?
51:10, so my estimate of getting a 52 was maybe a little bit too optimistic.
Well, you did say if you were to keep up current pace, sort of thing.
Yeah, true. And I kind of forgot how long these levels are at the end compared to
Ooh, that was weird.
beginning.
Yeah. I think Rocket and the other one, oh my god, whatever it's
What?
called, I think they're both pretty pack attack, I think
Yeah,
is what
pack
it is.
attack.
I think those stages are pretty no. I think those stages are pretty not too terribly long. I think pack attack is kind of long. But when you're zooming through them, they're not, oh my god, they're not that bad. Now I'm really happy I went through this stage. Holy cow.
Mm-hmm.
This would have been like a disappointing stage for me to like end on. Oh my god.
Trouble with the platform, eh?
Spyro 2 is not happening yet. That's next week. That'll be a fun one. Fuck. I was half expecting me to hit the side there. Oh my god. Maybe I shouldn't do this. Maybe I should just play like a bit. Oh, I'm getting pity masks.
Pity mask.
Even the game is like, damn, you suck. I don't know, maybe that'll help me out a little bit.
Goes through the
Oh, these
level
are like
without
better
getting hit.
synchronized.
Gets a pity mask, goes through the level without taking a hit. Yep. Never
No.
mind. Fell for the beginner trap. Because that enemy, just like this one, perfectly timed.
Oh, thank God. Would have been funny if I fell down there. Yeah, there we go. Watch me not get hit now. No, okay.
We are very good at jinxing ourselves. Or jinxing you.
That would have been a funny death too, because that was right at the end. All right, there we go. All right, the two stages that I was particularly scared about are done. We'll do pack attack. So I think that's right here. It is. Now see the lights out or whatever the hell it's called in this game. The Firefly stage, the one not in the secret room, bonus room.
Night fight.
Yeah, that one.
Not to be
See.
confused with Night Flight from previous week.
Yeah, see, I'm confident with that stage. You know why? So I'm a retro achievements achievement hunter, and
Oh.
some sadistic person decided to say, all right, what you need to do is go through that stage without touching a single firefly. Whoever did that, you're a jerk. But I've done that before, so I have the utmost confidence that I will beat that stage easily. I am going to grab a firefly before you ask.
Well, you said retro achievement and that level, and I immediately went, it's gonna be dark. Dark one, isn't it?
Yeah, it's pretty bad. I think you had to do it for both of the stages, and it was bad. What I did was I had a video reference point, and I just like, ooh, I just prayed to the like gods that I would be fine.
Yeah, because in Ensign you can vaguely see the outline of the pits if you increase the brightness.
Yeah, this
That,
game it doesn't have proper lighting, so
yeah.
like it's just you can't see anything. I'll save it for last. It's a very good
And instant
stage.
death.
I thought you
No.
when you went and I thought you were like, oh, the game crashed. I was like,
No. But I was kind of not hoping but expecting an instant death on that. Because you load in
is it?
so fast into this level that sometimes the platform just doesn't exist in the beginning.
Oh,
And you
is that
fall
a
through
thing?
it. Yeah, it happened to Gas
Ah,
actually.
that's so funny. I actually didn't know that was a thing. That's pretty funny. I wonder if that's an emulator only thing or if that's like an actual just thing that happens every now and again. Because I don't think I've ever seen it ever once.
I don't think it is an emulator thing. I think it's a PAL exclusive. Because in
Mm.
NTSC, it actually does load the level normally. But for whatever reason on PAL it doesn't. Like it just puts you straight into the level. And I theorized that maybe the level doesn't fully load itself until you've done the warping in animation. Then the level is fully loaded. So
That's
since
interesting.
since you skip that animation, it still hasn't fully loaded the beginning part of the level. Hence, why you if you go too fast, or I don't know if it I don't know if it's has to do something to do with speed or not, but sometimes it just hasn't fully loaded yet,
That's
and
so
you just fall
interesting.
through and lose all your mass and a life, which is fun.
I'm surprised this isn't the stage that you just have no masks on because it's a animal stage, animal slash vehicle stage rather. All right, last stage.
All right, and darkness. I'm not going.
Being able to see things is so nice. I think the last time I played this game was unironically getting that achievement. So like being in here is almost like scary, like this version of the game at least. So it's like being in here is almost like scary to me. It's like bringing back memories and not the good kind. Hi, Death Route. I don't believe the crystal. I'm concerned the crystal won't be there, so I'm going this way. Excuse me. No. It's Firefly.
I
You're
mean,
gonna be
these
here.
things bring out some light.
That is true. They did kind of help. Yeah, see, that's why I didn't take the death route. That is true because I did kind of use these to my advantage. But yeah, I had like a video on in the side, and I would just be like, okay, so if I can kind of like gauge where I am, I can be like, okay, there's a platform here, there's a platform, or like there's a pit here. Because for the most part, you would just sit on the scenery, but sometimes you would slide off. So you kind of had to like balance between those two. Um, and it was a not fun. Definitely one of the worst things I've done is get through these stages without having butterfly or firefly, not butterfly. I'm not playing Spyro just yet. What's my time looking at going into Cortex?
You're just about to hit the 1 hour mark.
No, sub 1 hour. It's not possible. Or maybe it is. Who knows?
Well, if you can beat Cortex in 4 seconds, then.
Oh, easy. This is the easy Cortex.
And done. You failed.
Dang it, it was loading. Now this boss, despite being very easy, I actually never really am able to gauge when I'm close enough, I'm gonna be honest.
Oh, you did on me, because I always miss that hit.
Okay, that's close enough. In this version, it's really hard to tell when you're close enough.
Yeah.
Is that close enough? No. Is that close enough? No.
This should be close enough.
Yeah, okay. It's like you can kind of tell by looking at his jet, like the things, but it's like still very hard to see. Oh, that should be good. No! There we go, time.
Time. Alright, 1 hour and 50 seconds.
Nice.
I feel like if you didn't struggle on Spaced Out, you would have actually gotten a sub 1.
Yeah. Same. Just hearing the Italian voices is great.
Italian Coco.
Awesome. Despite not getting sub an hour, given how close it was, I am certainly content with that. Can't say I'm disappointed or anything.
Yeah.
I'm actually gonna look on speedrun.com to see where I would place.
Right.
And you can talk in the meantime over that.
Yeah, while you do that, let's take a look at the standings. So this run, 1 hour and 50 seconds, puts Yogamoanyo in 2nd place.
Nice.
I was gonna say quite a bit like in the middle between King Pez and Call Pro in 1st and 3rd place, but yeah, unfortunately you didn't get 57 seconds. We would have had a triple 57.
Ooh. Wait, triple 57?
Yeah,
Did somebody else get 57?
Triple 57 seconds, because you got 50 seconds. Cole got 48 57, King Pez got 106 57.
Oh, okay.
So podium place so far. We'll see how Rob and Eric will do.
Well, good luck to them. Hopefully they do well. Don't beat me, though. That's for sure. They definitely have the chance, as long as they just honestly neutral slide spin and don't mess up Spaced Out and crash dash of all stages a lot like me. But yeah, no, it's a pretty good run. I basically only flibbed 2 stages particularly bad, and 1 stage really bad, being Spaced Out. So I'm pretty happy about it.
Alright, and on that note, we'll be ending off the video. Thank you everyone for watching, and we'll see you soon for more Crash Bandicoot 2 action. Thank you guys for watching, and
Bye-bye.